Africa, a beacon of hope. Africa has the most sophisticated and powerful resources. It is gifted with people of diverse culture, beliefs, ideologies, and philosophies. African values and ethics have shaped and nurtured its members to be people of integrity who have honor or reverence for the experienced, unexperienced, educated, uneducated, as well as reverence for authority. The rich culture of Africa makes it a unique continent. Truth be told, the best land to raise a family and nurture children is the land of Africa. Looking at the variant ways individuals honor and respect each other is a remarkable trait. Whilst the Nigerian tribes honor every meal with the word sir, in England it takes a lot of achievement and status to be given the title sir. In the Ghanaian context, tribes such as the Ekwiapims use please in any of their speech to show reverence to the one they are speaking to. Africa is the heart of the world where kindness resides. Hospitality is the hallmark of most African countries. Compassion and empathy towards one another is a gift in most Africans. The word Ubuntu, which represents humanity and kindness in South Africa, has been globally accepted. Africa has the best of everything, but most things have gone down to the drain because of blindly copying the white man's culture and trusting our resources in the hands of the men we claim to be superior and dwelling on other continents for the transformation of our raw materials and natural resources. In today's era, Africa dwells on instant gratification and the quest to satisfy our selfish interests most of the time at the expense of thinking of a sustainable development plan. Africa always blames its predicament on its colonial masters. But I beg to differ. The opportunity has been given to us several decades to man our own affairs. Yet, we keep running to our colonial masters for assistance. There is hope for Africa, but we need to decolonize our minds and take responsibility. We have 54 countries in Africa, and each country has its own uniqueness. If we settle our differences and unite with leaders who are willing to fight for the development and reformation of Africa, our hope will be restored. Muammar Gaddafi, the former president of Libya, tried to bring on board the United States of Africa when he was elected as the African Union chairman in February 2009. Yet, his own people conspired with US of A to put him down. Today, Libya is no longer the vibrant African country we used to know. Now, their enjoyments and their privileges have been withdrawn. The free health services, free education, rent allowances, proper health care, and so on have gone on the drain. Today, Libya's predominant oil extraction has gone down to the drain. Africa has empowered Western countries to be who they are and to be more powerful. We must treat ourselves with respect. During the recent coronation of King Charles, a lot of African chiefs and leaders took flight to attend, whilst if it were to be in our case, they wouldn't have honored our invitation. During international meetings, African leaders' views and perceptions are not taken into consideration. Most of the generations in Africa starts something without ending. Any good thing in life must be started and ended with a strong foundation. Africa must have a respectable voice in the world scene. This can be done when we elect men and women who can represent our political arena with competencies and integrity, not men and women who choose their bellies at the expense of the future of their generations. We must gain a reputable stand in order to participate in the world's affair on an equal footing with others, because we have the intellect, the knowledge, the competencies, the skills, and the wisdom to contribute our quota. Africans must trade within themselves to help eliminate tariff and non-tariff barriers. Dubai was a desert 50 years ago. Today, Dubai has been transformed from a desert into something which holds a magnet force and attracts a lot of individuals from all walks of life. Africa must come up with one currency to facilitate easy flow of trading, exchange rates, and boost the economy of African countries. The same currency will help make Africa a giant continent who will man its own affairs. Africa's uniqueness stands tall. Africa holds the largest proportion of the world's natural resources, both renewable and non-renewable. Africa has most of the resources. It owns 30% of the world's mineral reserves, 8% of the world's natural gas, 12% of the world's oil reserves. The continent of Africa has 40% of the world's gold, 90% of chromium. The largest diamond, copper, bronze, and gold are all in Africa. Africa holds 65% of the world's arable land. Land is an economic development asset as well as a socio-cultural resource in Africa. Collectively, Africa is losing its natural resources due to overexploitation, illegal mining, land degradation, and a host of others. It is time for change to be the pillar of our lives. It is time to redefine, restructure, and change our educational system. It is time to develop and support individuals with the requisite knowledge and skills to lead Africa. It is time to train courageous people who can speak to power and put action to work. It is time to empower the young men and women to possess a distinctive thinking ability as well as the skills and competencies that can help them transform Africa's resources into valuable goods and services. It is time to bring on board our valuable assets whom we have lost as a result of brain drain. It is time for us to unite as people of one ideology and people with a common interest. It starts from you. It starts from erading corruption in your corner, in your house, in the marketplace, and in your offices. We can awaken the giants in Africa. It starts from you.